Hello guys, Jacko again. Today we're going to do a review of a really cool item that it was given to me by my father-in-law probably about a couple years ago. And I'm talking about the BioLite stove. This is a very good stove that it can be used for backpacking, camping, survival, or bushcraft. Now the cool thing about this stove, it's not only a stove, it also recharges your cell phone or anything that is powered by USB cable. This is what the box looks like. The BioLite stove. Some of you may have seen this logo in some of the survival websites or forums. So yeah, let me show you what it looks like. So this is what the stove looks like. It's very compact, and it's got this little side attachment. And the way that works is open up the legs like this. So this orange part, it has a little hole there, and that's where the probe goes into, just like that. And you basically lock it in place by opening the third leg. So that's what it looks like attached. Okay, that's the stove right there. Now this is, from my understanding, the way this works, it basically collects the heat through there, and it transforms it into energy or electricity. And this is where you plug in your USB charged or powered devices. It's actually a very cool concept. I think they have a bigger size for bigger pots, and of course to produce a lot more power. But for a backpack, I find this very easy to carry, very lightweight, and very you can just burn all kinds of stuff in there. It comes with a little carrying bag, which looks like this. It's got the logo there. And it also has, in the box, smaller box, which contains little bars of fuel that you can use to help the flame, or to help your wood burn a little bit faster if it's taken a while to heat up or to start burning. I find it that, of course, dry wood in smaller pieces really make it work without having to use this. I still haven't used these, but this is basically what it is. It's compressed fuel right there on the box, and you know, I haven't used any of them. Here's the USB cable that it comes in with. And yeah, it's a very nice thing. Now the actual stove has many attachments that you can purchase separately. My father-in-law got me this container, liquid container, who can also serve as a pitcher if you put this top part. And there is, I mean, it's a big container. It holds about 1.5 liters of liquid, or 6 cups, about 6 cups of liquid. And it also comes with a little dish. Of course, this is plastic. I wouldn't put this on top of the stove. It would probably melt. But yeah, it's a very nice stainless steel. Obviously, you can just put it on top of the stove, and it matches it perfectly. And you can just, you know, boil or heat up whatever liquids you have in there. It kind of sits on top like that. It's a very sturdy, very stable position. I'm gonna see. Just kind of looks like that. I got the camera kind of close because this is where the best lighting is. Now here's the cool thing about this container. Like I said, it's a separate purchase or a separate add-on. And if you take the top off or the lid off, you leave the plastic container inside. And to store this entire set, you collapse the legs, you take the orange part off, which is the charger, that actually goes inside like this. Now you put the entire stove inside, and then you just put the lid back on like that. And of course the handle folds in, so you've got the stove in the inside of the water container. It's all nice and secured, it won't open up, and then it all goes into a bigger bag. Very quick to set up or to put back in. Close the bag, and there you go. This can actually fit very well at the bottom of your backpack for camping or in a very, very small area. It doesn't take a whole lot of space. It's not very, big. That's the size of my head compared to it. So yeah, let me show you how this works. All right, I hope you guys can see, but for purpose of the video, I just went ahead and got ready before I started recording. As you can see, I've got some small pieces of wood, and these are, just tall enough so they can fit inside of the stove. The other thing is, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty wet today. We've had some rain through the night and some in the morning, so I couldn't find any good dry materials. My intention was to actually do, a fire starting the way you would do it out in the wilderness without a lighter or paper. So I had the intention to get some dry grass and use a ferro rod to start it up, but it's pretty wet out here, so I'm just gonna speed it up for the video purposes. Now, the one cool thing about this stove that I forgot to mention is when you press the button, as you can tell, it's already lit, it's starting up. It's got this little power button. That's basically the only button that it has. When you turn that on, it actually activates a little fan inside of the orange attachment, and the fan actually shoots air into a little aperture right there, a little space inside of the stove, so your fire fires up a lot faster. So let's give it a try. I think it has to recharge. There we go, it's on. I don't know if you can hear it. Now that I've started the fan, it's smoking a lot more, which means that it's getting more oxygen. So hopefully we can get this going quick enough. And of course, like any fire, because of the amount of space that you have in there, you want to start by adding small pieces. Here we go. Speaking of the fan actually has 2 speeds. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's right now on high, and you can see the flames are going pretty good, and it's actually creating like a little whirlpool, I guess, with fire. The button is, or the light is green, which indicates that it's on high mode. So the pieces of wood are actually now pretty lit, so it's charging. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to let this sit down for a little bit and make sure that the wood compresses a little bit. And you have to keep adding, obviously it's a smaller stove, so you have to make sure that you keep feeding it for it to stay warm and keep that fire going. Now, if you can tell, the water container's back there. I'm going to try to boil some water. As you can see, now we've got a pretty good flame going. You have to keep adding wood. But yeah, it's actually very, very nice to have that fan to help you put some oxygen in there. So now that I have the flame going, I'm going to go ahead and start the boil. I've got about half of the container, which is 1 liter, or about 4 cups of water, just plain water. So I'm going to put it right on top, and I'm going to start my timer and see how long it takes to boil. Alright, while the water is boiling, I'm going to go ahead and show you more angles of the stove. Pretty nice looking, actually. I like those legs. Legs are nice. The water container is very nice too, very sturdy. It sits perfectly right on top of the stove. And right now I have it on high mode. Now, whenever the battery has recharged enough for you to be able to plug in your USB device, it's actually gonna let you know. So this, I don't know if you can see, but there's a green glowing dot and the orange bar at the bottom. Whenever the stove is ready, it's gonna light it up green, or turn green rather than orange, and that's your signal that it's ready for you to plug in your USB powered devices, such as iPhone and the like, sometimes lights that are charged or recharged by USB. So some of the water, it's actually bubbling a little bit. It's been about 3 minutes, so quite fast. I'm not sure if I need to check how the wood's doing. I'll probably check it just to make sure that we still have enough wood. Quick update, I actually lifted the container to check for wood. I added a couple of pieces of wood just to make sure that it keeps that constant heat and a good flame. There's some steam coming out now of the top of the container, so we're definitely making pretty good progress. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but the little button here, it's actually, or the little bar, it's lit up green. So that means you can now recharge your USB power device. I didn't bring a cable, so I'm not going to be able to show you that, but it's pretty simple. Now at 7 minutes, the water's definitely boiling. There's bubbles, there's steam, so it's very, very fast. I'll probably let it go for about 10 minutes and see where we are. So we are at almost 10 minutes. The water is definitely boiling. There's Casey again, enjoying a nice day outside. Well, grass is kind of wet, but anyway, yeah, the water's boiling. There's the steam. You can see the bubbles inside. So definitely pretty cool. That's my timer now. That is telling me that we're closing the 10 minutes. So it took way less than 10 minutes to boil the water. Once again, that's 1 liter or about 4 cups of water, which is more than enough for you and your friends. Or that's a big container, so that's a big advantage of a 6 cup or 1.5 liter container. You can carry it. Once again, it stores the stove inside, so altogether pretty good deal. This is a great stove, BioLite, and there's only 2 sizes, so this is the smaller size. A shot of the water boiling without the lid. Definitely got a pretty good boil going on. Pretty easy to set up, pretty easy to use. It uses a very minimal quantity of wood, so pretty sweet deal. Alright, so now that you've seen how the BioLite works, if you're thinking about purchasing one, I can't remember how much these go for. I know you can find it on Amazon or eBay. This one, I think I said before, this was given to me by my father-in-law. He has one. I've used this in a couple of occasions, going to a canoe trip and camping, and of course when I tested it when I first got it. But it is a very good item if you're into backpacking or carrying your own portable stuff. That's actually a very good size, very competitive with other out there in the market. That's what the box looks like. Of course, that's the original box with the water container. It doesn't fit in the box anymore. That's why the water container comes with the extra bag, so you can put it all in there. I know they have a grill attachment, which is basically a small plate about this big. You put it on top of the stove, and it's designed to carry the heat into the grill, so you can grill like a small piece of meat, such as chicken breast or anything like that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please go and subscribe or leave a comment. Hope you guys are having a good day.